It took exactly 7 minutes for the Great Smoky Mountains to swallow Dennis Martin. He was 6 years old, wearing a bright red shirt, playing a game of hide-and-seek 30 feet from his father. When the other children jumped out of the bushes, Dennis wasn't with them. He didn't just disappear. It was as if the forest erased his entire physical existence. Not a footprint, not a scrap of red cloth, nothing. This is the story of Dennis Martin, a boy from Knoxville, Tennessee. Dennis, with his family and friends, went to the Spence Fields on a Saturday afternoon on June 14th, 1969. They went to a high-altitude mountain located right along the Appalachian Trail, deep within the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. They went there on a trip with friends that was part of the tradition of the family. Douglas, his older brother, his father, William Clyde Martin, and grandfather, Clyde Martin, were alongside the 6-year-old Martin. As the adults were resting on the grass talking, Martin, alongside the rest of the other kids, decided to play a prank on the adults, to disappear into the bushes and scare them with jump scares when they least expected. Martin had a clear disadvantage. His red shirt was too bright, and it was an easy giveaway of his position. The adults would instantly spot him. So while the other kids went to the nearby bushes to hide, Martin took a different path, going much deeper into the woods. Minutes later, when the kids appeared again, screaming at the adults, they noticed that Martin was no longer there, and nowhere nearby to be seen. The last time he was ever seen was by his father, as Martin walked into the bushes with his bright red-colored shirt, but there was nothing else from him to be seen. From that point forward, after a couple hours of searching for Martin, and no results were found, the local authorities were called into action to rescue the lost boy. Later, hundreds of people joined the search. As they were walking through the rough terrain of the Smoky Mountains, on that same afternoon, miles away from where Dennis vanished, Harold Key was hiking with his family in Rowan's Creek, where an unexpected noise triggered alert from him and his family members. It was a high-pitched scream, too strong and loud to be associated with a human, but different than any animal they could think of, with a small amount of metallic resonance. The scream was intense. It lasted for several seconds, causing the entire forest area to shake around them. It signaled violence and malice. This was not natural, and triggered a deep psychological amount of fear on Harold and his family. As Harold was attempting to track down the source of the scream he heard previously, he noticed a tall, broad, bipedal, physically intimidating creature walking across the dense vegetation of the Smoky Mountains path. From the creature in the further north, described by Harold as a massive hairy man, carrying something what appeared to be prey on its shoulders. But due to the distance, he mentioned he could not identify what it was. It possessed a thick torso with powerful arms and a short muscular neck. What surprised Harold the most was the immense speed. The creature was moving through the mountains, laurels, and thick briars, where no human is able to walk through them without getting tangled, stuck, and cut. Yet the creature was moving with impressive ease while carrying something on its shoulders. It was clearly not a human. Harold reported the encounter to the nearby authorities after he heard a search for a 6-year-old boy was being carried out in the same area. Harold was mocked, and authorities stated it was likely a bear. But Harold knew that no bear is capable of that. It was something else, and authorities were aware and weren't allowed to talk about it. Or they were very unprofessional, which the second option is very unlikely. After a few days, Special Forces operators were called into the area, but their behavior was unexpected, as Special Forces don't really get involved. They were keeping civilians from wandering too far into certain areas of the Smoky Mountains, as if they knew an encounter with something inexplicable that they refused to talk about could happen. Their mission was clear, and it was to keep the public away from specific areas and cave entrances from encountering whatever it was that took Dennis. Dogs from the search parties were refusing or unable to track Dennis. These were not average canines. They were highly trained and bred to track anything. But regardless, they exhibited an abnormal behavior when attempting to track Dennis down, refusing to go deeper into certain bush areas, whimpering and showing clear signs of danger alert, showing odd behavior. Eventually, the search party was called off, and there was nothing left to be known about. The boy, he was never found again. It is known that underground of America there are deep cave systems, formations that it is very difficult to have access to. These areas are unpredictable, but the perfect place to hold and sustain ecosystems, with immense potential far away from human contact. Until today, the FBI files regarding the disappearance of Dennis Martin remain locked away, only partially revealed to the public. If Dennis simply got lost in the woods or succumbed to the environment, there is no threat to national security. There is no active investigation, and there is absolutely no reason for secrecy. Yet, over 50 years later, when researchers requested the FBI files regarding Dennis' case through the Freedom of Information Act, the government handed over pages scarred by heavy, black, digital marker lines, critical sections regarding witness testimonies, specialized military movements, and the final conclusions are completely blacked out. Why? Who are they protecting? A normal kidnapper from 1969 would be dead or elderly by now. A normal predatory animal doesn't require military confiscation or top secret classification. The truth is far more sinister. They are censoring a reality that threatens to shatter our history books and rewrite everything we think we know about the world. It isn't an oversight. It is deliberate, calculated control.